There, everyone. How you doing today? So I just finished working out, and I got to tell you, I'm a little surprised, a little shocked. I saw a video of Grant Cardone talking about small residential properties, 1 to 4 units. I actually saw that video about a week ago, I think, and assumed it was clickbait and thus never watched it. But several of you have kind of forwarded it to me and said, Michael, tell us what you think about it. So I finally broke down and watched it, and I'm encouraged. I think investing in single family rentals or residential properties are the best investment for the next decade. And somebody with subscribers of, I don't know, last I checked, 1.2 million folks talking about that, I think it's a good thing. I know on this channel, I said I would not use Grant or Meet Kevin or any of these other names in the title. But this is actually a video where I want to say thank you, right? I think, Grant, you are doing the right things. You are showing the small investors that, you know what, it's okay to start small. It's okay to start with a house. In your video, you talked about the first house that you bought, and it worked out. It is totally okay to start with a single family rental. It has always been okay, whether it's back in 1985 or whenever it is when Grant started, whether it was 2002 when I started. If you learn your market, if you understand what conservative financing is, what rent is, what the cash on cash or yield or return is, single family rentals are great. I will say a couple of things in the video just so it's clear. You don't take rent minus mortgage payment equals cash flow. That's not how it works, and Grant knows that. But you have insurance, you have taxes. Most of us have property management. You'll have repairs, bad debt, all of those things. But the point of the video was, hey, you can buy a house, you can finance it, and you can produce positive cash flow. Absolutely right. The one thing I didn't really care for is there was a lot of talk in the beginning about looking at foreclosures and HUD homes and all of that. Yes, you can certainly get cheap homes, and obviously Grant knows that. I would tell you too many people are looking at those lists and assuming. Actually, I don't know what they're assuming. I guess they think it's all good deals because they're cheap. If you've read our book, you'll know that cheap isn't always the right answer, especially in a world of tough lending. But nonetheless, doing your homework, looking at foreclosures, looking at short sales, watching your market as we change is a good thing. So again, while there are small tweaks I have on Grant's video, which was an hour long, I'm glad that somebody with that platform is coming around to one rental at a time. I don't know if he'll ever see it, but I actually mailed Grant and Captain Ryan one of my books. I sent it to their office because I don't know where they live, obviously. But I sent it to their office. I sent them in FedEx envelopes. So I'm guessing the receptionists will open it or admins or whoever. But he did. I actually got confirmation they arrived today. So he's got them. I don't know if he's just going to throw them away or whatnot. But I felt like I had to do something. So that was pretty cool. A couple of other things I just want to highlight that I didn't see in the video that I thought was important to talk about. And we're getting this from other experts I interview or interact with every week, is I think Class A apartments, just did this morning with Jonathan. We're going to see increased vacancies and increased economic vacancies because we're going to have those people that can afford Class A move to single family homes. Another reason why single family homes are a great place to be. Buy ahead of the curve. Another thing that has become very obvious is 30-year fixed rate debt, which is easily to get in a single family home, is cheap today. It is very hard to get commercial or multifamily, even in Class A. A lot more down, cap rate expansion, reserves, 1 year of payments, all of those things. It's just more difficult and more expensive. Also with single family, you can house hack. You could stay there for 2 years as your primary and then move. There are so many options available to you. Just traditional residential single family homes. And yes, I'm including duplexes, triplex, and quads in that. Anything that could be financed with residential. So in the end, yeah, as Grant was saying, it takes less cash to get in. You can find a foreclosure short sale. It'll be easier in a year, but they're out there. You get cheap financing. They're government backed. Um, it's a pretty good video. Again, some of his numbers were off because Grant clearly lives in multifamily, so you have to cut him some slack. The biggest example is when he talked about 550 rent minus mortgage payment equals cash flow. That's frankly not how it works because you have other costs. But again, he's trying to help people see the residential market is a possibility. And yeah, I don't know if he'll ever acknowledge that I sent him an autographed book. I hope he does. That'd be kind of cool, right? But in the end, I think that single family rentals, residential, will be the best investment for the next decade. Cheap financing, inflation protected, demand is going to go up, especially if you're buying below the median. So, and I think the fact that Grant Cardone is saying single family homes is an okay place to start. I think it's just gonna take a lot of demand and push it on residential. So Grant, thank you very much. I think you are really helping people get started. I know that they can't maybe don't have the access to go into your big funds, but you're helping people and you're telling them to go after single family. So I was encouraged by that. I did think it was going to be clickbaity, but you know it wasn't. It you know I thought it was a fair representation of single family being a good investment. A little bit too much searching on foreclosures and whatnot, but I get what you were trying to do. So congratulations, thank you. Your 1.2 million followers, thank you, and that was pretty cool. Thanks again.